Hey, can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there.
Tank has been demonstrating that he's still taking Lamont Roach seriously, more seriously than most fans anticipated. By changing his physique to a more lean and athletic look and displaying his power and speed when he hits the pads. This is why you can't even see who it is. Hey, who is the dude? Who is the dude? And that's why Gervonta Davis just did what he's been doing lately, showing us that Lamont Roach might be having some power issues.
No one's been able to solve Tank Davis. What do you need to do together with you and your team and obviously your son to score that victory?
We got a game plan. We're going to execute it, and we're going to get the
Move
results.
that head, bob and weave, bob and...
Nobody has been able to figure out Tank. What must you do, Davis, with your team and obviously your son, to win that match? We don't. We have a plan. We're going to follow it, and we'll get the desired outcome. Bobing Tank recently shared a short video of himself hitting pads, but this time, he appears to be moving so quickly that his fans believe his training videos are a little too sped up. Why wouldn't they? The man appears to be throwing punches at lightning speed, with each hit being faster than the last. The video wasn't just about speed. It was also about precision technique and a terrifying level of confidence. Even Davis made it obvious when he stated, "I'll put them on a flatbed in Harlem Hospital." I told them, we rumbling eye, but Davis clarified that it wasn't just trash talk. It was a warning. Simply said, a Roach would want to reconsider entering the ring with someone who is so prepared to cause harm.
I think he actually took the fight because he know that I'm a dog. And, he want to prove his skills against a dog. So I'm going to show y'all what happens when two dogs get in the ring together. And,
I believe that he took the fight because he knew that I was a dog and wanted to prove his abilities against a dog. I'm going to be the one, and the fans in the comments section were giddy with anticipation. One fan wrote that the boy was going to hurt something, while another said, "Let's clear out all these 135 Rs," clearly dreaming of Davis wiping out the entire lightweight division. Some fans kept it brief, with one fan stating that Davis wasn't playing FR. However, the comment that really got to everyone was funny, but it conveyed a dark truth. People genuinely think that Roach is entering a nightmare. For why did he fight so easily?
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be...
Frank, but the thing about these training videos is that they always look amazing. The punches are clean, the combos flow perfectly, and the footwork looks unstoppable.
Being something that he's not been in the ring with. I'm the total package, and honestly, sometimes I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor.
That's the magic of training in a controlled environment, and pads don't hit back. Let's not forget what happened with Mike Tyson, who we all watched those crazy training videos before he was supposed to fight. Frank Martin was, inexperienced and nervous. Jake prior to fight night, Paul Tyson appeared to be a monster, much like his younger self. However, as he grew older, his feet stopped moving normally and his gas tank ran out. Simply put, even if he hasn't been in the ring with me, I'm the whole deal, and occasionally I think he doubts himself. But I'm a competitor, and Gervonta Davis recently announced that he plans to retire in 2025. This fight against Roach is the first of what he's calling his farewell tour, and Lamont Roach is the first to face this Tank. If this is how he's starting his farewell, things might go poorly for him, but maybe not everyone is convinced. Davis claims that he's tired of boxing and is ready to walk away after a few more fights, but not everyone believes him. Floyd Sheffield Jr.'s father, Floyd Sheffield Sr., has a very different perspective, he claims. According to Sheffield Sr., Tank acknowledged in a private chat that he would never get in the ring with that music, so Davis isn't retiring because he's exhausted. Rather, he's retiring because he doesn't want to confront Sheffield Jr. Schofield Sr. Didn't stop there. He mentioned something he's been saying for 2 years. I told everyone that Floyd would retire when he reached the point where he was required to do so, and that's precisely what's occurring now. Fans' perceptions of Davis's retirement may be altered by his audacious remarks if they are true. Davis hasn't addressed these rumors because he is too busy getting ready for Roach and hinting at a potential fight with Ryan Garcia. Fans are eager to find out who his final opponent will be. Will it be another well-known person, or will Davis surprise everyone? Choice. And then there's a Roach stuck in the center of everything. Can you imagine being the guy who has to deal with Davis at this moment? The pressure is unbearable, and Davis is posting training videos that make him appear Roach isn't just fighting Davis. He's also fighting the hype, expectations, and narrative that have already been written about his loss. However, let's not forget that boxing is unpredictable.
And I promise you, you better leave them home. You better leave the females home. On my mother, you better leave the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah,
now watch this.
Now
watch.
They gonna be
now
there.
watch.
And unstoppable fans are predicting your demise in the comments and casting a shadow over all of Davis's future fights. Fans won't know until the bell rings, but the anticipation is already unbelievably high. Davis may appear invincible, but fights aren't one pad, they're one in the ring. Roach might surprise everyone, land a punch that nobody sees coming, or even send him to Harlem Hospital as he promised. 6. And I swear to you, now I swear to you, you better leave their house. You better leave a woman's house on my mother. You better leave a woman's house on my mother and the children on my mother. Now watch, but this isn't the only training Tank is doing.
I'm gonna beat his ass if y'all talking. Y'all better quiet.
Davis recently shared a video of himself throwing a medicine ball around, which may seem easy at first, but the way he transforms it into a strenuous workout shows how much work he puts into his craft. Fans were left wondering how exercises like this translate into his explosive punching power. One observer made a joke about how hard his training regimen might be compared to the opponents he's recently faced, but not everyone laughed.
The fact that Lamont Roach is as familiar with Tank Davis as he is, it goes beyond them fighting in the amateurs. They've spent time in camp together. He's been around Tank. He's seen Tank up close and personal, whether he's in the ring with them or not.
Davis is unquestionably a force in the ring, and critics like Tim Bradley aren't scared to challenge him. The story of his professional life, the question of whether Davis is actually competing against the best in his weight class. I've beaten his applause ass, has been raised by Bradley's claims of protective custody for years. On paper, Lamont Roach might be a formidable opponent, but fans aren't expecting to see him on Davis's schedule. Bradley and others contend that bouts like this don't really help to solidify legacy, and it's difficult to overlook the scathing remarks on weight advantages and well-selected opponents. These criticisms support the idea that Davis, despite his skill, is being shielded from the division's true threats.
I say 9th round.
What?
I say 9th round.
You said 9th?
Yeah.
What's your response to that, Lamont?
Look, he got scared. Look. He looked at night.
I'm telling him, you saying you going down in the night?
I repeat, and round, and you respond, Nineth round. What do you think of Lamont's terrified expression that night? I'm telling you that you're going down in a night, even in the boxing world. There are differing views on Davis around the world. He is regarded by some as an unstoppable force, a fighter who blends natural talent with astute preparation, and by others as a closely guarded asset. Someone whose team is more concerned with keeping him marketable than demonstrating his talent. But the stakes are only going to get higher as his purported departure from the sport draws near.
1, 2, 4, 5.
Will Davis's career continue to be a combination of brilliance and unsolved questions? Or will he adopt the names his fans have been demanding? Time while the ongoing discussion regarding Tank and his legacy has been further fueled by Lopez's recent remarks about Tank. Never one to hold back when expressing his opinions, Lopez made it apparent that he wasn't impressed by Davis's run of knockouts and instead questioned the opponent's caliber.
He's been catered more than I've been and pampered more than I've ever been.
Boxing fans have talked about you and Ryan for a long, long time.
I think more me and Tank will be than Ryan. I like facing the guys that beat the guy rather than the guy that lost to the guy. Ryan just kept literally lunging in and throwing the hooks. I mean, that was...
Who've fallen prey to Lopez's destructive power under Davis's record of knockout victories isn't as remarkable as it initially appears. Boxing fans have been talking about you and Ryan for a long time, and I believe that more me and Tank will be than Ryan since he has been pampered and catered to more than I have ever been. The guy who lost just kept lunging in and throwing the hooks. After all,
hey,
Teofimo?
yeah.
What you think about Teofimo calling you and Crawford a brother?
I just said what I said.
Do you think his demeanor gonna change if he get in front of you?
Yeah.
that's who he fought against, and I like to face the ones who beat him. It's a bold claim, but Lopez has the credentials to support it as a former undisputed lightweight champion who has fought and defeated some of the best, including Vasyl Lomachenko in one of the biggest upsets of recent years. Lopez asked, echoing a sentiment shared by many in the boxing world. They're not seasoned fighters, and he's never faced someone like me. Lopez's frustration is understandable. He has repeatedly called for a fight with Davis, a confrontation that would surely garner a lot of attention and possibly resolve the question.
We want to see how good Tank is too. Like, we don't really know how good he is.
Biggest spot for you being Tank Davis, I assume?
Yeah, I think so. He just don't seem like a...
Surrounding Davis's career. However, those calls have not been answered, leaving Lopez and others to wonder why it is not just Lopez who has attacked Davis. What do you think about what I just said? Do you think demeanor will change if you get in front of you? Another elite fighter and possible opponent, Shakur Stevenson, has also been outspoken in his criticism. Stevenson was unreserved in accusing Davis of dodging. Intense competition the public finds it attractive. Regarding Davis's highlight reel knockouts, Stevenson remarked, "But I'm a fighter. I know what's going on.